I'm trying to give Miss Jones time to get me up and running.
I'm sorry, I'm coming.
It's okay. It's okay. What we're going to do today, we have, the governor has said and the chancellor has said that we will have 3 meetings. And I'm not going to jam each meeting with what should have been spread out, because I want for you to have an opportunity to ask any questions that need to be answered. Ms. Cuervo is with me, and so translations will be made available so that you can hear. It is important that you stay attached to Dojo because it allows us to say things in more rapid succession than having to wait for our meetings. So this will be meeting number 1, and we have 2 more scheduled for next week, so that you have an opportunity to digest what's going on and we can give you further information. Thank you to the parents who got their children placed on a track. We have placed those children where parents have requested, and we placed other children, the other children whose parents did not submit a track preference, we placed them in tracks. I had wanted to show you those tracks today, but I don't think that we can get to that today. So when we have our next meeting at the beginning of next week, we will have student names so that you know who your teacher is, so that you know what track your child is in case you didn't submit a choice. I am also saying that if you, parent, wish for your child to be in person for all instruction from October through December, note 2 things. Your child will be now a part of 2 cohorts, and we'll talk about what cohorts are, which will make the contact tracing more difficult. And you will also have 2 different teachers because we are trying to have a consistent instructional presence. So, but I will leave that to you to think about because I do wish to be equitable and parents to have all choices that are available. We have those families who have opted for remote learning, and according to the documents that I've received from the state and the city, you do not have to give a reason for wanting remote learning. But once you make that choice, you cannot change that choice before November, just because it takes a lot of arranging and planning to add an additional child to the classroom. Remember, we have to have very specific setups in the classroom, and they're not easy to replicate in case you make a change. So what I wanted to do was to go through the beginning of the health protocol, because I am guessing that parents are more concerned about the safety of their children versus right now, the instructional process. And we will give you that as well, because we do have to let you know when you can come in and pick up children's materials for the new school year. Their workbooks, their textbooks. So we'll have to talk about that at a later time. Okay.
Joan?
Yes?
You're gonna have to log out and log back in, and it's gonna give you camera access.
Log out.
Yes, and then log right back in, and everybody will be able to see you when you're speaking.
Okay.
And Ms. Carroll, you're gonna have to do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, I'm off mute. Can we bring up the program? Okay. All right, let's go to the first screen, please. All right. What we want to do is we've done the overview and the recap. So what we're going through is the guidance from the Department of Health. What they've talked about and given us directions on the reopening of school facilities for in-person instruction. And I also needed to let them know when we would actually be in the building today. I got a survey from them to let them know that. How are we monitoring the health conditions of the school? The containment of potential transmission in case we find it, and what do we do in case we do? So we wanted to talk about that. Next page, please. All right. We are responsible for what's going on in the building. That's me and Mr. Pierre, and we're considered the responsible parties. Everyone will have to wear some sort of face cover if they come into the building. And that means our children. We're not having parents in the building at all once the children come in. We're asking that all of your school-related business happen during September before the children come in. That's the best way for us to keep our children safe. The protective gear that they will have will be, of course, a face covering. And I read yesterday that tube that some people wear is not a good covering. So we would prefer the standard masks. We will provide face shields for all of our students, and we feel that that will be easier for our young children to tolerate. And they have to be worn at all times. Of course, we are going to allow breaks. I know that some parents asked about that last time. I noticed a mother wrote that her child has asthma, and she's wondering, how can she sit in a mask all day? You don't have to. She won't have to. They can remove them during their meals. They can remove them during some instructional time, and we will give them just plain breaks from having to wear the face shield. The hardest thing for us to do as we look at our children is to keep them in one place. They will not be interacting with other children in the building. And we are attempting to maintain one group of children that they interact with. That's so that if there is a kid who comes to school and they're not well, we don't have to go far to do tracing to find out from whom the child was near. So we will repurpose other school spaces such as the gymnasium and the outdoors, the lunchroom, the playgrounds. We're going to do some instruction outside as long as the weather holds. And so that because they say fresh air is the best air. We'll have windows open and the doors to the hallways will be open. The stairwells will be one way. The staircases will be one way. Children will eat in the classrooms. They will have 30 minutes to eat, and at that point, we'll find ways to entertain them while they eat so that they can relax just a bit. Any questions thus far? Please type them in, and so that we can answer any questions as we go. Ms. Cuervo?
So, las personas que están responsables es la principal Jones y Mr. Pierce. O cualquier cosa que ustedes necesiten, ellos son las personas responsables y se pueden dirigir a ellos. Es muy importante que seguimos los protocolos, por ejemplo, que tengan las máscaras puestas y las caretas, que nosotros vamos a darles las máscaras todos los días, pero las caretas necesitan traerlo de casa todos los días a la escuela, dependiendo a qué pista esté su hijo. La principal dijo que si, por ejemplo, si su hijo tiene una condición de asma, vamos a darle la oportunidad a los niños que se quiten la máscara, pero todavía van a estar protegidos porque van a tener la careta puesta. Entonces, nosotros entendemos que hay niños que tienen condiciones y no queremos que ellos estén con muchas preocupaciones durante este tiempo. Entonces, quitándose la máscara por un cierto tiempo, todavía van a estar protegidos con la careta. Es muy importante que mantenemos la distancia social y físicamente vamos a tener separación. Por ejemplo, en las aulas, caminando en los pasillos, todos vamos a tener mantenimiento social. También es muy importante que cuando los niños vayan al baño, van a ser 2 niños a la vez al baño. Y vamos a usar diferentes lugares en la escuela, por ejemplo, el playground donde los niños comen, el gimnasio y todo dependiendo cómo está la temporada afuera, vamos a usar estos lugares, estos espacios para instrucción también.
Thank you.
No problem.
Next slide, please. Okay, we are going to begin the year with remote learning. That way, we let the city of New York and the DOE work out all the kinks for us. We don't want to do this further than December, so that's why our plan goes that far. That's what we're hoping, that by then they will have worked this through. But we clearly don't wish to be a part of the chaos that is surely going to happen on September the 10th. The teachers and the unions in New York City are fighting with one another, and right now we are not in that fray. So we are allowing the kinks to be worked out and for us to be able to work through whatever comes up before our children come in the building. As I said, we are having cohorts. And so this means that students will be self-contained so that the same students, they are around the same adults, the same students as the school year goes on. We will have to do mandatory health screenings. Temperature checks will happen each day that a student comes in the building, or they will be denied entry into the building. We're doing screening questionnaires for all of my staff, and we will be using a temperature app. Mr. Pierre, will you talk to parents about what they're going to be asked to do as well?
Hopefully everybody can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So we are going to be using an app which will take a mandatory health screening, household health screening, which would track symptoms from coughing, sore throat, running noses, elevated temperatures, and this will be tracked daily. We would ask parents to do this first thing in the morning. It's a very quick survey, takes maybe a minute or less for you to fill out, and it will give you an immediate reading as far as what the thoughts are on your condition. It will track, say on Monday you have a cough, on Tuesday you have a sore throat. It will track continuously your symptoms and give recommendation, and even point you to the nearest healthcare facility. That's going to be our first line of defense before the temperature checks at the door.
Okay. Are there any questions about this?
I'm just going to translate really quick.
Oh, okay, go.
So nosotros vamos a empezar el año virtual. Si ustedes, esperamos que no pasemos después de diciembre haciendo esto, por ejemplo, en rotación, metiéndose en pista A, B o C, pero posiblemente si una familia quiere que la instrucción sea en persona, eso también es posible. La principal también dijo que los estudiantes, que por ejemplo, si alguien está contaminado con algo, ellos van a quedarse en ese grupo y vamos a verlo como una emergencia. Esto es en caso si alguien está contaminado con el virus, por ejemplo. Tenemos que mandar exámenes de salud. Es muy importante que los niños tengan eso, además para proteger a los niños y a todos de la escuela. Y vamos a también mandar una encuesta todos los días para que ustedes puedan ver lo que está pasando en la escuela también. Y vamos a usar una aplicación que toma la temperatura de los niños y ustedes tienen que bajar esa aplicación para que sea más fácil para nosotros. Por ejemplo, si lo hacen en la casa, ya nosotros lo tenemos programado que el niño o niña esté bien, no tenga temperatura y no puede estar la temperatura sobre 100 también, porque si no, su hijo no va a poder entrar a la escuela. All right.
Okay. Next slide, please. So we have made arrangements with Adabo Healthcare. And should we have to, if we find that we have symptomatic individuals in the building, we are making arrangements with them. It's in walking distance of our school, and they are looking for a partner lab so that we can get back results fairly quick. It's really not beneficial to send a child home for 14 days, and then when it's 15 days, we discover that they weren't ill. So we're looking, and they are looking for a testing lab that can turn the testing around quickly, okay? We want you to also know that we will be doing that electrostatic deep cleaning of our building every night, that which they're doing on the trains, so that we can make sure that the classrooms are sanitized every night. There will be cleaning during the daytime, and probably when children will of course bring the children out of the room at that time so that those rooms can be cleaned down. We will still have the temperature and sanitation stations that greet everyone at the front door. Mr. Pierre, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so we're gonna have temperature stations at the front door for the morning, the arrival checks, but we're also gonna have temperature stations outside each classroom. The temperature stations that we've purchased will dispense hand sanitizer and simultaneously read the temperature and beep, give off an alarm if temperatures read elevated.
Okay. Transportation, I know that parents will be using the not public like the bus outside, but the school bus, the yellow buses, and there will be private buses that you contract with. I would expect as a parent, if I'm paying for a bus, that I'm satisfied with the effort that they have made to protect my child. With the regular school bus, I believe that I've read that they are putting panels between the seats that are attached to the backrest. But parents, it is so essential. We're going to say it, but we need you to also say to your child that they need to sit down on the bus. It doesn't help if the panel is in and your child is hanging over the top, talking and spraying spittle down on the children in front of them. Kids must wear their face shields and sit down on the bus. We do want families traveling together or children who live in the same household traveling together. That better protects your entire household. The best plan is if parents bring their children to school or they walk to school to reduce the number of children that are on the bus. For our food service, we've already made arrangements with our food provider that food will be in covered containers and they will be delivered to the classroom for children to have their meals. We want to limit the movement around the building as much as we can. Children, of course, will have access to hand washing and sanitizing their hands. We'll have sanitizing units outside every classroom. Teachers will have sanitation supplies in their classrooms that they can use as they see needed. The ventilation in the room, we're in a building, and I did the math on it one day, that's 115 years old. So our ventilation is, we do get heat, and I know that we're going to do as much as we can to provide cleaner ventilation, but until the wind is blowing and the snow is on the ground, we're going to have our windows open approximately 6 inches and the doors open to the hallways. As it was stated above, children will go to the bathroom only 2 at a time. Downstairs will only be available to the pre-Ks. They have their own bathroom, and the kindergartners will have their own bathroom. And the other children in the school will have to use the bathroom that is between the gymnasium and the hallway. And only 2 children should go in at a time. So fooling around in the bathroom cannot happen. We'll have the spots on the floors to stand on so that children know how to maintain that 6 feet of distance. When we open school in September through distance, we're going to have all of the children and families come on at once so that we can begin talking about the protocols that we're going to have to instill. Parents, we cannot do this without you. I know that some of your work times don't match up with the children's time at home, but we ask that whenever you can, you kindly please talk to your children about staying safe, about keeping their hands out of their mouths. Right now, as your children are at home with you, don't let them just walk around with their fingers in their mouth. That's a habit that is very difficult for children to break. We sometimes see adults doing it because nobody stopped them earlier. But for sanitation's sake, it is necessary that we begin to stop children from putting their hands in their mouths. It's not safe, it's dangerous, and we really are doing what we can, and we'll need you to help us with this effort. So the hygiene and cleaning and disinfecting of our teachers, our faculty, all of the high use surfaces, the doors, the doorknobs on both sides, the stair railings, all of them will be sanitized all day. I'm just gonna walk around with a can of wipes under my arm so that whenever I'm going anywhere, I can add to the cleaning and the sanitation of surfaces that children will be in touch with. I want to keep our kids and my faculty as safe as I possibly can. I just, really want people to know that I am doing all that I can to support my families, to support my faculty. I am a very I'm a high risk person, but I will do my job as a responsible party in the building, but I need parents to be in sync with us. Parents who have asked for remote instruction, still practice it, because we want to continue this even after the pandemic miraculously just goes away. No, once there is, I know I won't feel safe until there is a vaccine. And I'm not ready to take mine from Russia. It will have to be from a United States lab of which we're familiar. There are protocols that we'll have to meet if your child has to go home. I have to say emphatically, parents, please don't give your child cough medicine in the morning so that their temperature goes down during the day. You will be jeopardizing a whole class of children. If one child is identified as being ill, the children in the class will have to go home for 2 days. If we find 2 children in the building, the whole school will have to shut down and everybody has to go home. It's not fair or equitable or healthy. You know, we live in multi-generational homes where grandparents, people with underlying conditions have a high susceptibility to contract this virus. Teenagers, parents, please watch your teenagers. If you've watched the news, you'll know how the mayor of Atlanta and her whole family contracted coronavirus because of her 18-year-old going to a party. I know that as a teen, parties and being with their friends is important, but this is life or death for real. And it's important that we do all that we can to remain healthy and safe. I don't see any questions, parents. I know you have some questions. My screen is clear over there.
I'm just going to translate really quick.
Please.
Okay, so nosotros estamos haciendo planes con Adabo Healthcare que queda cerca de la comunidad de ustedes. Y vamos a, con este grupo queremos identificar las personas, los que son sintomáticos y los que nosotros pensemos que tengan confirmados, por ejemplo, si están saliendo del país o nosotros tenemos sospecha que tengan el virus. Estamos trabajando con ellos para que los exámenes vengan más rápido y, por ejemplo, que confirmen que ustedes, el niño tenga los resultados negativos. Mr. Pryor también dijo que vamos a tener estaciones afuera y también afuera de cada clase, tomándole temperatura a su hijo y también vamos a tener el hand sanitizer, que es el alcohol afuera de las clases. Todas las noches vamos a estar desinfectando y también durante el día. También dijo la principal que si su hijo va a tomar el bus, supuestamente van a tener separaciones en las sillas, pero también que ustedes hablen con su hijo, que se estén sentados, no estén moviéndose, porque es muy, por ejemplo, ahora lo que estamos pasando no es algo que debemos hacer y los niños deben hacer. So, que tengan esa conversación con sus hijos si van a estar tomando el bus. También dijo la principal que si su hijo, usted sospecha que tiene fiebre, está en la casa, no se siente bien, que es mejor que se quede en la casa y que no le dé medicamento, porque eso además está, que si probable, uno nunca sabe si lo tiene, puede infectar a una clase, a un maestro, hasta una escuela y después tenemos que cerrar por 2 semanas o más, uno no sabe. Entonces, por favor, que no hagan eso, que respeten todos los protocolos que estamos haciendo y la seguridad de los niños principalmente y de los maestros de la escuela es lo más importante.
Okay. No questions?
¿Tienen preguntas? Si tienen preguntas, por favor, escríbenlo en el chat. Aunque lo escriban en español, yo lo traduzco y le pregunto a la principal.
Oh, one other thing. We know that we have parents, families from other places, other countries. from the Caribbean to Africa, other states. If you travel out of the country, you have to provide documentation that you are healthy and carry none of the virus. You'll have to be tested before you come back into the school.
Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Reeves just said that the chat is disabled, so no one can ask you.
Oh, geez. This, Miss Jones.
I'm on it right now. I'm working on it right now because Ms. McCourt told me as well.
Okay, thank you. Parents, I'm sorry.
So, la principal acaba de decir que si ustedes salen del país, es muy importante que nos den una letra o algo identificando a dónde van, hasta cuánto tiempo también, porque nosotros tenemos que saber si salen del país. Es muy importante.
Okay, I can't get the chat working, but I do see some parents raise their hands. So
But I can't see the parents.
I can see them, so I'm going to go in order and kind of see if I can get them to ask their, allow them to talk, and they will ask
Okay.
questions, okay?
Perfect.
All right, so we're gonna go to the first one now. All right, so I don't want to mispronounce the last name, A-M-E-H, you're permitted to talk.
Okay, that's a question. So if we want to, if you select to go
remotely, we understand if we choose to go remotely, we cannot change it until November.
Yes.
And if you select a group, like we selected C, and on, we want to switch to remote learning, can we do that?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
All you have to do is to send a text message or an email to Ms. Laurent.
Okay.
And she, because she's put all of the class list together. And that's why we have waited to let parents know who's in what class, to give people an opportunity to still get their child in. So just send her a text message or an email rather, and it's done.
Okay, thank you.
You're
My
welcome.
other question is, can we get a copy of the PowerPoint? Because the one on
Yes.
Class Dojo is reflecting the last meeting.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you can, and as it's been recorded, you can ask, you can send a message to Miss Jones and she will send you the recording.
Okay.
Nick, I see
Hello?
a name.
Yes.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh,
Good
I'm
afternoon,
doing
good
great.
evening.
Good.
This is Mahogany's mom.
Yes.
Hi. I've been doing some research and I've come to realize that the CDC is not too accurate about the face coverings and the cold or whatever. And it's like, you can't even be comfortable and sneeze and cough anymore. Like, it's like a cold. I feel like that's kind of like tyrant behavior to have us under instructions of their guidelines when everyone don't agree with their guidelines as to being what it's supposed to be for their kids. You understand?
I absolutely do.
I figured that they're having a war and they putting us in the middle of it, and it's not fair to the kids when there's actually human trafficking and child pedophilia that's more important than a common cold that everyone catches. Like, what are we cleaning? Because it takes germs to kill germs. You understand? So if we social distancing our babies from each other, that's how are they gonna beat a virus? How will they beat an infection if they're not cross-contaminating? Because that's what we did. We played in dirt, we rolled around, we did everything, and our immune systems were very strong, but because of it. So what are we cleaning our rights away? Like, what are we really doing?
Well,
what's going on?
Well, I am not a doctor. And what I'm attempting to do, because many people, many of us have Okay, let me back up. I have friends who are medical physicians as well. And they are aligned with how this virus is killing people and the vast numbers of people that are dying. Now, some people believe that to be true and some people don't. But we have had a lot of people die in the United States and in other countries all around the world. And the only way that we can protect ourselves as adults, children are now starting to get sick as well. I believe you asked me about your daughter having to wear a mask. And I did some further reading, and there will be opportunities for her to take it off. The face shield is also what we're going to provide so that she doesn't necessarily have to wear that face shield all day. I mean, wear the mask all day. So, and we're looking for other ways to contain. I don't want to take a chance with your baby's health or anybody else's. So I have to use the CDC's guidelines. And I know that some of them have been altered through the demands of Washington. But people all over the world are doing this with the masks in order to protect themselves and the people around them.
Yeah, but if I sneeze on you, you got it. If I sneeze on you,
I don't want you to sneeze on me, and I
no,
keep
not
social
you.
distance.
I'm just
saying. I know
saying.
what you're saying. I know what you mean. But people need to social distance. And if you are afraid that somebody is going to sneeze on you, then you need to stay in. I know the first 3 months, I didn't go out of my house. My daughter.
That's what they want us to do. They want to put fear in us. And whatever they got going on, it's sad because it's taking over the schools now, and the babies got to pay for it. It's just sickening.
It's also all over the world. So I don't have an argument for you. I don't have a pushback for you. We are entitled to our own belief systems, and I want you to do what you feel is best for your baby. Absolutely, I do. So if you, whatever you want and however we can accommodate you, that's the best I can say, Mom.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. And if we come up with something else or we read something else from a credible source, I will pass it along.
I have a lot of credible sources.
Okay. You want to pass yours along then to me?
I sure will.
Thank you. Share that
sure
information. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We have Alana's mom.
Hi, Alana's mom.
Hi, how you doing, Ms. Jones? Hi,
I'm good,
everybody.
thank you.
Good. Yes. Okay. As far as the cohorts, you mentioned the school has placed the kids on the requested tracks from some of the parents. I filled out a form about. Is this the same form that went around about a month and a half ago?
Yes.
Okay. Good. And my second question is, when will we find out about whether Alana was placed on the track I requested and her teacher information?
We have another parent meeting on Tuesday.
Okay.
And at that point, we will provide that information.
Okay.
We did not have a large number of parents who even responded.
Okay.
And so while I want to say too bad, I have to give them, because I'm hoping that there are people on this message that weren't there and will select a track for their child. But we are doing it as of Tuesday, and that's the end.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Okay. We have Oluwashimi.
Yes, hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You know when schools, like, when is it gonna open?
We're going to begin school on September the 9th. We'll be remote for the month of September, and children will begin coming into the building on October the 5th.
Okay.
During the month of September, we're doing review work, getting kids up to speed, doing tutoring, do activities that will help them get ready for learning. We have a plan for September. So we don't want families to decide that September isn't important and not send their children. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Are you gonna share this like form?
Pardon me? Oh, we did? And Miss Jones, will you put it out again, please?
Yes, this is a different PowerPoint that came up, and you guys will get it at the end, probably by the end of tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, please fill it in, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
You too.
Okay. We have Carla Santana.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me now?
I sure can.
Good, good. Hi, everyone. Okay, I have two questions, Ms. Jen, for you.
Sure.
First one, I just want to double check that when we will know in which group or teacher our kids are going to be in.
That will happen on Tuesday.
As well, okay.
Yes, absolutely.
The second question now.
Did you make a request?
Yes, I did. I
Oh,
submitted.
well, whatever you requested is what you got for your track.
Yeah, but I just want to know like the group, the teacher,
Okay.
not the group, like the teacher that was
The
going to be
teacher,
assigned
yes.
things like that.
We will give
And-
that to you on Tuesday.
Okay, my second question is, I was thinking since my son in my particular case is going to third grade and
Yes.
for example, it's gonna be more challenge for them and
Yes.
he's already worried about. In case he wasn't like in the tutorial group last year, but he needs some since we're gonna be back on and off from school and remote learning. If there's gonna be a program for the kids that, you know, there is kind of hard for them to get track of the new grade.
Yes.
Okay.
We will provide support for our children. We are putting together a very strong program that I'll be able to share more details with you on Tuesday when we get into the instruction and learning, because we know that second grade was tough. It was tough for a lot of our children, but particularly our younger children. So we absolutely have a plan for them to catch them up, to get them comfortable, and most of that will happen in September. It will continue once we begin in-person learning, but that is going to begin in September.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
We're also going to have monthly meetings by grade level with parents so that you know exactly what to expect each month. Please, the new PowerPoint has more sections. There are 12 of them in the new one so that you know that there's been added information. In that one, you'll see what are our strategies and plans for supporting our children. It's section 10. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day, okay?
You too. Thank you.
Okay. We have Codenera.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Okay. We'll give them a chance to come on and we'll go move on. We have
Let's move on.
Adam.
Hi, can you hear me?
I sure can.
So, quick question. How is for the middle school application process going to be handled for those applying to middle school at the end of the year?
Okay, Ms. Reeves?
Hold on, I gotta see if I can find her on here.
Ms. Reeves, can you unmute?
Reeves, hold on, let me see.
Ms. Reeves handles the middle school applications and the same procedures as we've had, because someone asked this question before, and I believe that's what she said. She will follow the same routine that she has done in the past. There'll be parent meetings, probably Zoom meetings, so that parents know the steps that need to be taken, what they need to do to prepare their children, and what they'll have to do to contribute to that preparation. Ms.
Yes.
Reeves, did you get on?
Yes, and that process usually happens around October. But with the changes, we'll see. And as soon as I know any information, I definitely turnkey very quickly. So we're looking at October, but it could change. But as soon as I get any information, I will share it with those incoming 5th grade parents.
Okay. Just to clarify real quick, you were saying to contact Ms. Laurent for opting out. Could you like provide the email address, maybe like on
Yes.
Dojo?
Yes.
You can also reach me on Class Dojo. I'm receiving some text messages from some parents as well.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I put it in the chat. Will you be able to see it? Miss Tadros, will he be able to see it?
If the chat is working.
It is not. Oh, I don't know if it's working in Dojo or not, but it's not working on the Zoom.
Okay.
You want to tell him your
It's rpierre, Pierre, at peninsulaprep.org.
Did you get that?
He's off now, but I'll make sure that it gets posted.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Yep. We have, let's see, Frederica.
Hello.
Hi, I am Sarah Apow's sister, and I just
Okay.
want to know the forms that we have to fill out in terms of whether we want them to be 100% remote. When do we get the information for that?
Well, the reason we're holding this session today is because we sent that out a while ago. So we're sending it out again today, but you only have 2 days to get it filled in.
Okay.
So that you can make that selection. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You
Yeah.
got
Thank you
it.
so much.
You've got it. No problem.
We have, Lindsay Crawford.
Yes. She's muted. There. She's off. Hi.
Hi, Miss Jones. How are you?
I'm terrific. How about you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good.
I think I have like several questions.
All right. I'm holding on.
So the whole process with health screenings, I'm just a bit concerned with the partnership with Adobo Health Center.
Yes.
Just for my personal opinion and Joseph Adobo's political involvement, that I don't want my child's health information being shared with Joseph Adobo.
I got you. Okay.
Facilities. And then as far as the health screenings, that asking specific questions that are HIPAA, that fall under HIPAA, is that part of the questionnaire?
No.
And pre-existing conditions such as coughing, my daughter, I mean, everyone who knows my daughter, Presley, she always—
Oh, Presley's mom. Okay.
She always has a coughing fit
Yeah.
that extend a month and beyond during the winter season because she has asthma.
Yes.
And I'm concerned that in the event that if I allow her to go back in person, that she will be precluded from attending school in person because she has this pre-existing condition.
Well, Ms. Crawford, just to let you breathe a little on that, I do too. And I didn't want to terrify the people in my building, so I have finally gotten it under control. But I've had the same cough for years.
Yes.
So I do understand what you're saying. We are very much aware of HIPAA law, but there are other places, and we will share those in a list that you can go. You don't have to use Adabo. I was just trying to find something convenient, but you don't have to worry about using Adabo. We'll provide you other places that you can go that are offered by the Department of Education, because I understand that they have over 200 locations that can be utilized. I just don't know which ones are out in the Rockaways yet. But as soon as I know that, we'll post that on our website so that it's front and center. We're going to move all of this information to the front of our website so that parents don't have to search around for it. Mr. Pierre?
Yes.
Okay. I did read that correctly, right? That parents don't have to use Adabo?
Yeah, they don't. It's it's all just in case. It's the closest, it's the most convenient, but you don't have to. You're not wed to use them. You can use your primary care. You could use St. John's, any place that does treatment and testing, within a 5-mile radius.
Is that better, Ms. Crawford?
That's fine. And just, I guess my final expressed concern is that the whole just ensuring that our kids are socially distanced and wearing a mask and protecting themselves, that my only concern is trusting that other parents will respect, or just putting aside your own opinions of what you feel COVID-19 represents, and respecting other views that, whether you agree with it or not, that you're also protecting your kids, and that and also just to make sure that we're following the process of contact tracing, that
yes,
you're protecting your kids, and that you are also encouraging your kids to wear a mask and practice social distance, not because you agree or disagree with CDC's guidance, but because we don't know enough about the disease that we want to protect our kids.
Exactly.
I had COVID-19, and it's not like, it's real, and it's something that I don't think anyone should take lightly if you haven't already had COVID-19. So I'm just concerned that parents or even students are not going to be honest in completing health screening forms that doesn't automatically, we're not able to identify that someone actually has been exposed to COVID-19 or has had a fever, and because you want your kids to go to school. And I'm not comfortable with the honor system.
Well, please know that we will do everything possible. There is a device that we're using. It's not the handheld one. It's on a kiosk. And when you come in the door, it immediately measures your body temperature. If anyone is over 100 degrees, they will not go any further than the front door. That is manned by staff, and no one can go into a classroom without a mask and a shield. I must also protect my faculty, and I will always respect everyone's opinion, but I have to take care of the students and my staff with all that I have. And anyone who does not understand that, and I agree that we need to be respectful of everyone's opinion, but we need to abide by what we are learning. And we will not allow students in the classroom without protection.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Any other information I get, Ms. Crawford, we will let you know.
Okay, we have Rachel Velez.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, I have not a couple of questions, but pre-K.
Yes.
When do they have an idea of what they're going to be doing also?
Well, they haven't told us, but we have an idea as to what we're doing. Mrs. Inforna, are you here? To start, oh yeah, she's there. Okay, Mrs. Inforna.
Hello, hi, Ms. Velez.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good evening, everyone. So we do have a plan. Unfortunately, right now, well, not unfortunately, fortunately, Early Childhood Department is currently working on a plan. However, as Mrs. Jones shared, we came up with our own plan. So the scheduling for right now, currently, September will also be remote learning for pre-K.
Okay.
The only difference is because our enrollment is where it is right now. We'll have pre-K will have school every day, Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So they would be coming into the building, and right now we have about 9 kids in each classroom to work on that social distancing to make sure that the kids are, keeping their distance. And as soon as we get further guidance, we will implement it, in the pre-K program.
Okay. So question, because we may have to change her because we found out that she has asthma. So are we able to do remote learning with her at home? Because I'm terrified to send her to school. Because
Yes.
this is something new for me. I don't.
It's okay. Yes, you can. You
Okay.
can do remote learning.
Okay. And
but, Ms. Velez, this is also a reason why we did the face shields.
Mm-hmm.
Because our young children are better able to tolerate that than that mask.
Okay.
But you can opt to remote.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it, and another question, the scheduling for remote learning, is it going to be similar to when we started earlier?
Oh, yes. I didn't say that. We're changing the hours. Pre-K will still hold the same hours. The rest of the school will start at 8 and they will end at 2.
Okay, perfect.
Because the amount of time that students will have to sit and stay social distance, we are going to cut that by 2 hours.
Good. Okay.
Okay? All right.
That's perfect.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Because I know they can't stay for that long.
No, we know.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We have Jenny Y.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
So far, so good.
I wanted to ask about the classrooms, if the parents will be able to see it, whether virtually or when we come in to get the books, if we'll see what the setup will be like once school starts.
Well, you know what? We are working on that right now.
Okay.
We will do virtually so that you can see once we get in, but we are putting things together now. My
Okay.
teachers will be clearing out their classrooms so that we can have the space we need. And that's coming up soon. So we are getting those setups put together.
Okay.
So that you can see.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We have Kaylee. I didn't get the last name. We have Kaylee.
Flores. Yes. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Terrific. Thank you.
I was wondering if I want to put my daughter completely remote learning,
Yes.
can I?
You sure can.
Do they need to be in uniform?
Yes. That's something else we want to talk about. We found, Miss Flores, that children were coming to class in their pajamas. And when kids were coming into their pajamas, too often they were getting under the cover and going to sleep. So we are going to ask that children get up and get dressed in their school uniform for school every day. Okay?
We have Monique McKenzie.
Okay. There she is. Unmute. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I'm the mom for Saraya Gill. She's
Okay.
new to pre-K.
Ah.
So, I missed the first meeting because I didn't get an email or text.
I heard.
So I get to this meeting is through Miss Hernandez. That's her name.
Yes.
Yes, I don't receive an email, no text from the school, anything.
Well, we are looking into that. We contacted Ms. Hernandez because we were hearing that new pre-K parents were not getting the information. So we asked her to reach out to all of our pre-K parents so that you would know what is going on. Are the pre-K parents on Dojo yet, Mrs. Inforna?
Not yet. No, they are not.
Okay. We're going to send you information so that so that you can become come in on Dojo. That's where all the messaging comes in.
Okay, great, because I was a little confused on what to do, what step to take or anything.
Yes, I'm so sorry about that.
I didn't even get a chance to choose which truck I want her in because I didn't get an email also.
You're going to get that email, and we're going to send you also the instructions on how to get onto Dojo.
Okay, great.
It allows us to translate information, so that's really why we're using Dojo.
Okay.
It comes through your phone like a text message.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Just keep in mind, Mom, that pre-K, the track does look different. So where K through 5, Mrs. Jones was talking about the tracks, pre-K currently is coming in. September will be remote, but after that, October, November, December, pre-K will be 5 days a week, and you will, or you can choose remote learning as Mrs. Jones just shared.
Okay.
So pre-K will look different from the K through 5.
Okay, and I'll get an email of the uniform and everything I need to buy for September?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, thanks.
We have Jay.
Okay, unmute.
I'm trying. Hello?
Okay, hi.
I'm sorry, it logged me in without getting my name on. It's Justine. It's Jody and Jayla's mom.
Oh, hi. How are you?
So I had a question, but then you guys brought up some stuff. So just to backtrack, the clearing out of the classrooms, right? Yes. I just had a quick question about that. I know when we sent the kids, we send them in with headphones and certain supplies that for their own personal use.
Yes.
Are we able to get that back? Because then if we don't You have to go buy it again?
Well, you know what? We have bags and bags sitting in the cafeteria right now that we put together when we left the school in June, and parents did not pick them up.
Okay.
So they're there. So you can get it and you don't have to get them again.
Okay, my other question. I know you had Mr. Pierre on talking about the the temperature checks and
Yes.
about the app to track. Would parents with remote learning and the kids that are going to do schooling from home, will they be able to do the tracking as well? So that way,
Sure.
should and when they return to the building, there is no questioning about their previous weeks without being in the building,
No problem. Yes, they will. The children who are remote will not be shorted on information or technology or anything else. The only difference between the remote learners and the in-school learners are just that.
just
they're
the
remote.
facility. Okay.
Yes, or in the facility.
Yeah. And then my other thing was, it's so funny you mentioned the uniform.
And one last thing. We're also, if parents wish to pick up breakfast and lunch, they can do that too.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes, nothing different.
Okay.
Okay, go on with your question.
And then, it's just not a question. It's just something that you guys mentioned, but I was serious with my kids about it. I told them when school starts back, you're gonna do remote learning, but you're gonna wear your school uniform. And they were like, no. They were like, why, Mom? I said, listen, you guys go through too many items of clothing in a day, and when you're at school, you only wear your uniform. And I'm done doing piles of laundry because it's me alone at home. So it's so funny that you're saying kids are gonna be required to wear the uniform. So I'm just glad we were all thinking a lot.
Good. I'm glad too.
I thank you for your time.
Anytime.
Okay. We have Fumi Adisa.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, I think somebody already answered the question. Somebody asked the question. I wanted to ask about when in-person learning starts, but I think somebody asked the question.
Yes, we're starting in September.
No, the
and
in-person.
September the 9th, I'm sorry, September 9th. You're soon going to receive a calendar.
Okay. You said when does the school start in person, not remote?
Okay, October the 5th.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't want you to wait till October the 5th.
No, I'm not gonna wait.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Brianna Polanco.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Le voy a hablar en español porque yo no sé inglés.
Okay. Miss Cuervo, you're up.
Ok, usted puede hablar.
Ok. Bueno, yo la verdad estoy llamando porque la niña mía padece de asma. Yo quiero saber si es necesario que ella vaya a la escuela o se puede quedar para hacer las clases online porque me da miedo por el asma. Usted sabe que esa enfermedad es peligrosa y lo que más ataca es la respiración, y cuando a ellos les da asma es lo que les pasa, que la respiración no la tienen bien.
So she's just asking if her child can go remotely for the remainder of the time.
Because she has asthma.
She has asthma and she's just afraid that with the mask, she won't be able to breathe properly.
She can go remote.
Si ella puede estar por internet virtualmente.
Ok, solo esa era mi pregunta. Y también saber cuándo van a entrar ellos, cuándo van a empezar las clases.
She wants to know when they're starting. You said September.
September the 9th.
El 9 de septiembre.
¿El horario cuál es?
¿Cómo así el horario?
El
Los
horario
tiempos
que van a tener de clases.
de 8 a 2 de la tarde.
De 8 a 2. Ok, solamente esa era mi pregunta. Gracias por todo.
Bueno, de nada.
Oh, otra pregunta, perdón. ¿Tengo que comprar algo como útiles o algo o no necesito porque va a ser online?
She's saying, do I need to buy something since she's going to be remote? Do I need to buy any supplies?
Well, we will send home the supply list and we will let parents know when they need to come in and pick up students' materials. Because, you know, we have books and, you know, materials that they're going to need.
Le vamos a mandar una lista en las cosas que ellos necesiten, pero también, por ejemplo, los padres van a tener que venir porque hay materiales que están en la escuela que ellos tienen que recoger porque van a usar durante el año.
Oh, yo también quería decirle que yo me mudé, entonces necesito cambiar la dirección.
She says she also moved and she needs to change her address.
Then, thank you. She should email Mrs. Hernandez and give her the new information.
Okay, ella dijo que tiene que contactarse con Ms. Hernández para que le dé la nueva información.
¿Y cómo me contacto con ella?
How do I contact her?
Didn't Mrs. Hernandez contact her?
Ella no la contactó usted?
No, a mí no me ha llamado nadie.
She said no, no one's
Yo llamé a la maestra de
Oh,
yo
okay.
llamé a la,
All right.
yo llamé a la maestra de Brianna para pedirle información y ella me dijo que ahora había un meeting.
Okay. M. Hernandez.
M. Hernandez.
At Peninsula Prep.
@
PeninsulaPrep.org.
Arroba Peninsula
Prep. Can I chat it to her or is that?
Yes, chat it to her.
Let me see.
Para mí sería mejor como por teléfono, no se puede, porque la verdad que yo no sé usar.
¿Usted puede ver esto o no?
¿Ah?
She's sending it to you.
¿Usted ve eso? ¿Usted ve el chat? Le mandé algo.
Sí.
Ok, ese es el correo electrónico de Ms. Hernández. Usted se puede contactar con ella.
Oh, permítame tomarle una foto.
I'm going to take a quick picture of that.
Okay. Okay, Miss.
Okay.
Next.
We have Megan Pryor.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So first, I would like to commend everyone because I really feel like you are on the forefront right now with hundreds and hundreds of parents and students. No,
thank you.
You're welcome. And I want to say, you know, it's not that easy to hold it together, especially with your own worries and concerns.
Thank you.
I really want to tip my hat to everyone across the board.
Yes, not easy right now, but
No.
we're doing it together.
Yes. So my son is a new pre-K.
Okay.
And I just wanted to express also that I have not received any contact. I tried reaching out many times. I called the school. I went, you know, he got the acceptance email, I believe. And of course we accepted. And I even called the maker of that. They said I had to contact you directly. So I'm glad I finally have some contact resources. I believe the email that was sent to me for this meeting is how I can contact Ms. Hernandez and maybe give me more information. And like you guys said, you're going to send out a lot of stuff.
Yes, you should start looking for it next week.
Okay. My one concern is, well, I have a lot more, but the one I'd like to express is that gives us very little time being that we didn't receive anything, I heard another pre-K parent didn't receive, so I'm sure a lot of pre-K parents didn't
It
receive.
seems as though none of the pre-K parents received.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
So, yes.
I see. I pick up quick. So my concern is just that, you know, to get uniforms in that amount of time, if we do need school supplies, picking stuff up, making a decision of track, or I don't even know what any of this stuff is. Honestly, it's the first time I'm hearing it.
So let me back up a little bit and see.
No,
what
you don't have
part
to explain it. You don't have to explain it to me. I got everything. Now I understand.
Oh, okay.
My thing is that it just gives us a very small amount of time to process all of this, afford all of this, make time for the meetings, pickups, everything. I also have a child in another school, Success Academy. So I just wanted to express to you that, or is there any like financial aid assistance that I can apply for the uniforms?
Yes.
It's less than 30 days for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay. I guess all of that will be in the information that we receive.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I want to really commend you, because I know it's not easy.
Thank you.
And I just want you to understand that I really recognize that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. I look forward to talking more.
Do we, I will send you, Miss Johnson?
Hold on, let me get her.
Okay. I just want her to get this mom's information.
Sure.
So that she can get it to her, like maybe tomorrow.
Sure.
Miss Johnson's on.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes, Miss Jones.
Will you, Miss Johnson is our parent coordinator.
Okay.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
And so she will, Ms. Hernandez has your contact. We'll get that from her to give to Miss Johnson. She will call you and contact you or email you, whatever you deem that you wish, and
Okay.
she will give you that information.
Okay, great.
So that we can get that taken care of ASAP.
Sure.
Ms. Johnson, are the uniform people coming into our house at all? I mean, into our school at all?
No, I haven't been. I got nothing. All I got was an acceptance.
I'm asking Ms. Johnson if we can make it easier for you. Are the uniform people coming to our school at all?
I haven't spoken to them about coming into the building until we had spoke and see when the date is that the parents will be there.
Okay, how about this? Ms. Pryor?
Yes.
When Ms. Johnson reaches out to you, she's going to ask you for information so that she can get that order placed for you.
Okay, great.
Okay, and mail it to your house.
Okay, thank you. Good. You know which child is mine, right? Ryan D'Amico.
Now we know.
I don't know if like it's recorded through parents' names or children's names.
It is, but I'm not with that. I'm at home too, so.
Okay, I just want to cover all my angles so I get it.
Thank you. Thanks,
Okay,
Ms. Johnson.
No problem. We'll have somebody reach out to her. I'll get her information from Ms. Hernandez.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
We have Mina Achimpong.
Okay. Hello. Unmute. Hello. You need to unmute.
All right.
Okay.
While they unmute, we have Alicia Sam.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Just two little questions.
Okay.
The class dojo, sometimes it's hard for me like to know when things posted, because I always tell Miss Charles, like sometimes when they posted stuff, if she don't, first of all, I want to recognize her and say thank you to her and oh my God, I forget the other teacher name, because they were so good to me, because it's so hard. Like when stuff posts on Class Dojo, I don't get to see it, and unless if she send it 2 messages, that's the only how I can know what's happening. So for this form that you could have able to place your child, I didn't get to do it because I didn't see the form, and I keep looking, and I have no number to call or contact anyone. So it's hard for me, and that's why it's so frustrating for me to do,
Well,
you know, the online.
We're going to send out the form again today. So look for it.
But the thing is, it sometimes I look for it, and sometimes it never. I don't see it on the story. I don't even get. I don't know what's the reason I don't see certain stuff on the story unless if it comes to messages. So, and like sometimes like I have questions that there's nobody to reach out to. Is there a number that we can call? Because I mean, it's not everyone like will get to know how to do that. What about those persons that, you know, don't know how to do it? Is there a number that we can reach out? Because I have a problem. I'm not afraid or ashamed to say that I have a problem sometimes getting through to it. But Miss Charles and them make it so easier for me, the remote learning that we last had with my son.
I will check with Miss Charles and find out what she did to support you so that we can continue that.
Yeah, she did an excellent job.
She's a good communicator.
Oh, she is, and you know, so I don't know. I'm kind of scared going forward because I don't know if I would. Up to now, I don't know what I would like to do with my son. If I want to keep him home or if I want to send him, because like I don't want to be called and said he have a fever. Those things like will give me a nervous wreck. So I'm still kind of afraid to. I don't know what I want to do up to now. So I don't know. I really don't know. So
you can wait and make your decision later. This is why we are all remote in September, so that parents have an opportunity to see what is going on in the world, see what's going on in New York. And
so it wouldn't be too late if I should.
It will not be too late for you to go remote.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And the list, the school list for grade 2, is the list out? Anything is out yet? Because I didn't see it.
No,
so,
it has not been sent yet. It will be coming out next week.
Okay. Okay.
This remote thing is new for all of us. And I feel as though we're always in catch-up mode.
Yes.
But, you know, I'm glad that you're mentioning it because it helps me to gauge at what point we need to move a little bit faster.
Yes, because it's very frustrating for some parents, like, you know, you know, and if you don't have that backbone as Miss Charles, like Miss Charles, and not Miss Charles alone, I forget the other teacher, what's her name, I can't remember, not Miss Charles alone, because I could have able to reach out to them and they were so helpful. So my fear is I hope that I get a good teacher if I decide to.
Reach out to Miss Charles.